Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Shining Pearl. We're going to be picking up where we left off, and we're going to press the button. Be free, my spirits. Would you like to press the button and set the Pokemon free? Yes, please. You press the button and set the Pokemon free. I'm glad they used the same sentence twice there. They're just immediately gone.
Our boss crafted a red chain from crystals he took from the 3 Pokémon. The red chain is what he needed to shackle The red chain is what he needed to shackle something on Mount Coronet. But that's all I know. Who knows what he's planning to do up there?
Oh man, I am on point on that voice today. That's exactly how I want it to sound, and it actually came out fairly naturally. Alright, well, I think that's it for Galactic HQ. We don't even get to see, what is it, Saturn? We didn't even get to see Saturn leave. But we're gonna, I guess, I don't actually know what's next, so hopefully we find out sooner than later. I presume there's some sort of shortcut back to the starting location. I saw there was a green teleporter. There it is. Okay, perfect. This should bring us back down to the first floor. And I suppose we're just being told to go to Mount Coronet. The question being, where in Mount Coronet do we go? We've gotten rock climb, so I presume it involves that. But more importantly, we got a max revive from that galactic hideout in the last episode, and you know what that means. As per my Nuzlocke rules, I'm allowed to use up to 3 max revives per run to bring back a dead Pokemon from the grave. And there's only one Pokemon in my heart that I want to bring back. I would have loved to have brought Turturs back as well, but honestly, like, who would I trade Turturs out for at this point? I'm pretty happy with our team. Venison Plux is dead. I remember she passed away during the last episode. Snots and Venison Plux were really, might have been better to just leave an empty slot, but most importantly, we've got Manny back. I am going to count this as a Poké Center use, so I'll heal up after that last fight of ours. But Manny, the Dude Buster, is back, and I just need to do something with this max revive so it's no longer in my inventory. Can you drop items in Pokemon? I forget. Let's see. No, you cannot. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? Manny the Dude Buster is still fainted. I thought putting Pokemon into PCs would heal them, but apparently not. So, there we go. Manny the Dude Buster is officially back from the dead. We don't have enough Pokemon from the Pokedex. Like, it's every 30, right? So we only have 45. I need to catch another 15 new species to be able to use another max revive on this run. So it's intended to be, like, the first one's pretty forgiving. It's pretty easy to get 30 Pokemon by halfway through the game, I would say. But the 60 and especially the 90, it's hard to get on a casual playthrough unless you're actively catching things, which I am kind of doing, but not like super going out of my way to do. All right, so I presume we need to go to, stop Team Galactic at Mount Coronet Summit. So what would be the best way to even get there? Like, this is one of the downsides here, is that it's kind of nebulous where exactly I need to go. All right, so it looks like it's kind of in this weird center position. So maybe I travel upwards from here. As you can see, I have some notable drift again today. I'm not going to have any choice in that matter. All right, I think what we're going to do is let's go here. I can't use this here. Can I not fly? Oh my goodness, Kiwi, this is... 1 second. I got to turn the Joy-Cons off. This is just a running gag at this point, and it's not a fun one for me. Okay, there. Can I use the map now, please? Apparently, if I'm even a couple pixels off of this, I can't fly to it. No, oh, wait, I'm dumb. I'm trying to fly in the Poké Center. Never mind, that wasn't the issue. Oh well. Look, we all know I am a facsimile of a functional human being. I never claimed to be otherwise. I really don't know what the fastest way to get here is. It all must be some degree of connected, so I guess I'll take this way, because there's definitely things that connect around these parts. Everything's probably somehow linked. I just have to find the right way to go. Alright, so since we're heading into a cave full of presumably Zubats and Geodudes and things of that nature, I'll just have someone... Oh, hello. I'll just have someone head the charge that can deal with that. Which would probably be Manny, honestly. He was kind of our answer to all of that. But I don't want to waste his PP if I don't have to, so... Quipplecore can... Actually, Quipplecore has Rock Smash and has Rock-type moves, so I think we'll lead with him for now. So, since we're inevitably going to be traveling in one direction or another for a while, maybe I go ahead and just ramble about some more Gen 1ers that I like or dislike or have some sort of nostalgia for. I'm kind of impressed. Like, I used to do Sporkle quizzes a lot with Gen 1 Pokemon, and so that's why I kind of know the Pokedex order kind of just blatantly off the top of my head. And I ended up checking a Pokedex just to have like a little list at my side to ramble on about. And I pretty much went in order so far, so I'm kind of happy with that. The only ones that I actually forgot were Vulpix and Ninetales, which I kind of mentioned. There must be an item here, right? There's no way they... What's the point of having this little ledge if there's not something to pick up on it? Anything here? All right, hold on. Come on, item vendor, show us the thing. Anything? No? Not really? All right, I guess it's just aesthetics, or you know what it is? There was probably already an item that I picked up there. Never mind. We are backtracking here a bit. I legitimately don't know what part of Mount Coronet I'm supposed to go to. This guy... Now, let's go. I'm going to just assume that I need Rock Climb. Rock Climb is probably the blocking factor here. So there's a climbable surface over there. We also have Surf, so there are a lot of avenues we can travel that I would otherwise have ignored or not been able to pass. Namely, right here, for example. Anyway, so... let's talk about Vulpix and Ninetales. So first off, I just want to say their Alolan redesigns I absolutely adore. I think they are beautiful. I always love like the silver-tailed fox aesthetic, and Ninetales on her own was already like just a really cool, pretty design. I really have to be careful not to jump over that. There we go. Okay. Competitively, Ninetales was never the most stat-based amazing, honestly. Oh, okay, I'm like, did we freeze, or is there a wall? No, it's just a Machop. It's fine. I think we've already caught a Machop, and we definitely don't have any new Pokemon allotment in Mount Coronet. We've certainly caught things from Mount Coronet at this point. Unless the different floors have different names, in which case I might count them as different locations, but now we're fine. We'll one-shot everything, so I'll waste Rock Smash PP on this. Anyway, so I've always liked the Kitsune nine-tailed fox aesthetic from Japanese folklore. I think they're really cool. I don't really know the full scope of what they are and what they represent necessarily, but I see that fox spirits are a very common trope in media from Japan. There's one in Persona 4, there's, Pokemon. They're kind of all over the place. So I certainly acknowledge the nature of what they are. Something culturally significant that maybe one day I'll choose to read up on more. We have never seen a Bronzong before. I want it. I want that Bronzong. So who would be the best one to deal with this? Probably Captain Squawk or Manny, just to be tanky against it. It's level 38, so we're going to be at risk of one-shotting it with anything too strong. But it's a pretty tanky Pokemon, especially on the physical defensive side, so I'll probably swap in Manny. I honestly will bite it, because I remember the Bronzongs we were fighting from Team Galactic weren't getting one-shot, if I recall. And I'll risk the bite on it. If we catch it, cool. Anyway, that aside, Vulpix is precious. I think, Ninetales is cool. Vulpix is just precious. It's so cute. I love its fluffy tail design, the six tails, the kind of cat-like fox vibe it gives. Or, I don't know, a lot of things in Pokemon have, some, dog or cat-adjacent design to them. Obviously, Vulpix is a fox. That's kind of the whole point. It's got, what is it? Vulpine is, the Latin root for fox genuses. Alright, I can't really weaken Bronzong reliably any further, so let's go ahead and toss an Ultra Ball at it. That'll be one more Pokemon to get us to the next Max Revive, potentially. Regardless, so... and I very much like Alolan Vulpix's design as well. It's it's just a white and bluish, or bluish-white box. It iterates on what I think of already was a very solid design for Vulpix and for Ninetales. So, yeah, I'm fairly fond of them.
Bronzong, it can summon rain clouds. People long ago revered it as the bringer of plentiful harvests.
I'm hopefully going to have a voice left for when we see Cyrus again. It's been a fair few days since the last time I recorded a Pokemon episode, so my throat has certainly recovered. There we go. Welcome to the team Gonognoggogg. Gonognoggogg. There we go. Gonognoggogg. Have fun saying that one, Kiwi. I want you to say it out loud right now if you're awake and listening to this episode. And make sure that I am within earshot if you do say it. Actually, you know what? Here, surprise me. I want you, after having watched this episode and being awake to hear it, I want you to, next time you remember, approach me. No context, no prompting, and just stare at me, smile, and say Gonognoggogg. And just don't give me any context. Don't explain why you said it. Just see if I remember. And if I don't remember, just laugh. Laugh at my very confused face. You could also use it in the middle of a sentence, like just start talking to me, be serious for a moment, like say, Jeff, I have something I really need to discuss with you. I'll be in a little panic mode for a little bit of anxiety of, oh no, this sounds serious. And then you just say that at me, and I will just, and then walk away. Just walk away and see how I react. Because I will be so darn confused. I'm sure by the time you actually see this episode, it'll be a number of days, or if not weeks from now. Mostly on the assumption that you'll probably be sleeping and therefore not awake to see it. We're going to rock smash the Golbat. It's not going to do much damage because it has quad resistance to fighting type. Both poison and flying types resist rock. But oh, that actually did way less damage than I thought it would. Okay, I don't really have a way of reasonably damaging this without killing it. So as much as I want to catch the Golbat, I'm not going to wait around for it. If it survives Smackdown, it's on our team. That's basically how it works. Anyway, why would it use a move that's only effective in doubles and triple battles? Whatever. Shining Pearl's AI is not the best. So, I digress. Actually, interesting. Many of the Dude Buster, because he was out for a couple battles, is actually our lowest level Pokemon now. I am ADHDing all over the place. Circling back to Vulpix and Ninetales, I love their design. In terms of competitive viability and nostalgia from a casual playthrough's perspective, I don't think I ever used them. I don't think I ever used them on my teams. Yeah, I'm reasonably confident about that. But, well, okay, that's wrong. I used one team with a Ninetales on it because Ninetales gets the amazing ability Drought. Drought is Groudon's ability. It summons the sun. It used to be indefinite, now it's for 5 turns since all weather effects were just running rampant in competitive Pokemon for a while, so they needed to nerf it. But this was actually specifically for a triple battles team where I used Chlorophyll, Chlorophyll Tangrowth, and Chlorophyll Venusaur alongside Ninetales. Ninetales sets up the Drought, Chlorophyll boosts the speed of any Pokemon that has the ability as long as they are in sunlight. And it was a very, like, it's not like that team has some like weakness resistance issues, but it was a pretty solid team, and I in the small group of friends I had that played triple battles back in high school, it was undefeated. It was a really solid comp for me. I mean, obviously weather will counter it. Just send out your Sandstream or send out your what's the other one, Drizzle. You play to set up sand or set up. Oh, it looks like we found our way to Mount Coronet. Oh, hi there.
We grunts have been assigned 2 noble jobs. 1, to ensure the success of our operation at the summit, and 2, to utterly destroy anyone who dares interfere.
I'm gonna try and go a little lighter on the grunt so that I can survive dialogue with Cyrus at the end of this. But in typical fashion, we're probably gonna have a whole bunch of grunt battles before we make it there. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, so that was my one stint with competitive Ninetales. I also have one other memory of Ninetales. I very distinctly, I had some friends growing up as a kid who were from Turkey, and they had some Pokemon cards that they either got from their father, who constantly went between America and Turkey, or I forget the circumstances, whatever. The brother of my friend had a holographic French Ninetales. And this was back in the day and age when Jeff was so young, he didn't have the concept of foreign languages or foreign countries really set in stone. So to me, it was like a misprint. This Ninetales name was in letters that didn't spell Ninetales. And I'm like, this is really cool. I want it. And I think I remember trading my friend like over 100 energy cards for it, which like, I definitely won that trade, if you think about it. A holographic foreign Ninetales for energy cards that are guaranteed to be in every booster pack of Pokemon cards you get.
Our time has come. It's Team Galactic's time now.
It's not. Well, I was happy with it, is the point I'm making. That is one other Ninetales related memory that I strongly have. That's about it. Those are my 2 like Vulpix Ninetales line connections. Design-wise, Vulpix and Ninetales both go into S tier, and like Alolan forms are like even higher up on that for me. I love their design in their Alolan forms, which is rare for me to say. I usually am kind of critical of the regional forms. A lot of regional forms don't do it for me. Some definitely do. Like Alolan wheezing is so damn funny to look at. I love the top hat aesthetic with the smoke. It's so clever. It's so funny. We'll talk more on coughing wheezing in a little bit, but that's all I have to say on that front. But I think that's it for Vulpix and Ninetales. Next up, you know who's a good one to switch into? We just saw it, so let's talk about Zubat, Golbat, and since we're on it, let's talk about Crobat, since I did Kingdra when I was talking about Horsea Seadra. So Zubat, classic design, absolutely hate the Pokemon. It is like every time a Zubat shows up in a cave, because it's fast, it's hard to run away from. It's the Tentacool of caves, but somehow I think Tentacool is a lot more forgiving because I like the design. Zubat, it doesn't really do it for me. Honestly, the whole line, until you get to Crobat, I absolutely adore the design of. When is it going to be my turn? Crobat I think is really cool. Golbat, its mouth is just so derpy looking. I can't get over that fact, I guess. So where are we now on the map? Does this count as a new location? We are on Mount Coronet. So we can catch a new Pokemon, and Spirit Pillar will count separately, so that means I should, in theory, be able to maybe catch the Legendary and count it as a new. If that's the case, I'm just going to Master Ball it, and I'm not going to use it. I think, same reason I didn't use, what is it called? I didn't use the Jirachi and the Mew we got very early on in the run. I don't want to do that here either. So what do we think is going to show up here? If I had to guess, knowing my luck, it's probably going to be another Snover or a Sneasel. I'll at least do a quick scan around here to see if there are any items worth picking up. Oh, there are two entrances to the cave. I don't know which is correct. And there's another rock climb over here. There are a lot of options for where to go. I'm inevitably going to get lost. You look suspicious, my rock. Aha, a nugget. All right, I guess we'll take this upper path for now and see where that takes us. Oh, never mind. It's just a free nugget and some... Well, here's our encounter, I suppose. What have we got? A Chingling. Okay, I will never use this. But I at least have some nostalgia for Chingling Chimecho because of their involvement in the anime. It was one of James's partners. If I recall, it's a psychic type. I wouldn't be surprised if once fairy types became a thing, if they respect it to psychic fairy. I could absolutely believe that. But given the nature of what it is, why don't we switch out to Captain Squawk. Captain Squawk can help us catch this. Actually, I guess do I still have Tackle? I think I still have Tackle, so we'll tackle it, and that'll hopefully not knock it out. Because Bite will one-shot it. Anyway, on the topic of the bad Pokemon, so Zubat is... There are too many strong negative associations with Zubat to positively keep a memory of him. So my opinion is kind of hate it. Competitively, not that great. It's minigame in Pokemon Stadium 2 with the Zubats. I forget if you did just Zubats or if it was Golbats too. I love that minigame. That one was fun. It's where you kind of fly around as Golbats trying to collect hearts that Jinx is shooting out. And not get hit by Magnemites that zap you, and I think make you drop out hearts. I mean, all of the minigames from Pokemon Stadium 1, and especially Pokemon Stadium 2, have a very strong place in my heart as like a huge source of nostalgia. So that's some points up for Golbat. Obviously, Brock had a Zubat that I think eventually evolved into a Golbat. Points for that, I suppose, although I really, like, the fact that I can barely remember it means that it did not leave a strong impression if that were the case. All right, what are we gonna name this Chingling? Let's see.
Jingling. Each time it hops, it makes a ringing sound. It deafens foes by emitting high-frequency cries.
Would you like to give Chingling a nickname? Yes, let's go. Let's see. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team, VerilyBurton. All right, VerilyBurton, to the box with you. Oh, we got 2 new Pokemon that we can use as death fodder later. Oh, what? I didn't even get to move. What the heck? Oh no. Oh no, not again. You've killed 3 of my party members. You will not have... Wait, sorry. You have killed 2 of my party members. You will not have a 3rd. Get out of here, you monster. All right. We don't mess around with Medicham anymore. We switch out to Pine Tree and we like aerial ace it immediately. Get out of here. Just get this Medicham out of sight. Did I catch the Medicham that killed... I think it was... Yeah, it killed Snots with a high jump kick, if I recall. Does Psych Up even do anything here? I guess it maybe... I don't actually know if that like neutralizes the Intimidate dropping its attack, because I don't have any stat buffs, but I do have no stat losses. I don't actually know how that interaction works. All right, we got to get this guy out of the field as soon as possible. Hopefully Aerial Ace is enough to one-shot it. Medicham has a little bit of bulk to it, I think. Never mind, it's a glass cannon. It really isn't. It's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none sort of Pokemon, which usually doesn't go so great in competitive settings. Casual, I mean, it's whatever. Casual is good because you want defenses, you're going to be playing like that. All right, please don't give me any more wild Pokemon. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. All right, out we go. So I do not know if the left cave or the right cave is correct, so we'll take the right cave first. Worst case scenario, I get some items out of it and some battles. I'm going to go heal up these guys real quick. So where was I? So more on the bats. Let's see. I think Crobat was actually, for a period of time, competitively viable because it had really good speed and decent attack. You often like to have fast Pokemons as your lead because they can set up entry hazards or taunts. So there's a reason why Pokemon like Aerodactyl, Deoxys Speed Form, Azelf less so on the speed, more because it's decently tanky. But Pokemon that have decent supporting move pools off and have decent speed, you like to have them as leads in single battles. For setting up taunt, for setting up stealth rocks or spikes. Tailwind is really big now in competitive. Tailwind is a move that boosts the speed of your other Pokemon, of all your Pokemon, for a set number of turns. So it's pretty solid. It's a really good supporting move now. Who can handle a Bronzong on our team? Oh, you know what? Celestabeth should be able to do that. So that's kind of my thought process on... I completely lost what my thought process was. Anyway, back to Crobat. Oh, right, Crobat. So that's one reason why Crobat could be fairly relevant. Beyond that, though, like, overall, the bat line isn't doing much for me. I guess another reason why I'm at least partial to Crobat is and I've said this a number of times, Crobat was one of my close high school friends' favorite Pokemon. So I have that association with it, but personal connection, personal use in competitive, personal casual play, basically never used any of them. Zubat, I guess I've used temporarily in Nuzlocke because he's kind of the first Pokemon you encounter in most cave systems, so you kind of have no choice but to use him. It's either that or Geodude. But beyond that, well, the design outside of Crobat doesn't do much for me. Zubat and Golbat just kind of look goofy, and then just all the strong negative memories of getting trapped against them and when I want to run away in cave encounters, they're definitely going down in... Do I give them F? I don't think they're F tier, but they're definitely at best D tier. Forgive me if you love those Pokemon, but for me, I just have a lot of negative memories about them. I don't have Waterfall, so I can't go up here. Was I supposed to get Waterfall somewhere? That's gonna be unfortunate if that's the case. That's awkward. I guess I'll try the other cave entrance and see if we can explore without needing Waterfall, because it's going to be really awkward if I needed that. If that's the case, then I will backtrack entirely off camera and find my way to it. Anyway, who's next? Paris and Parasect. Oh my goodness, I love these two designs. Paris is so darn cute. Parasect is so darn cursed. I mean, think about it. Basically, Paris is infested with parasitic mushrooms that have basically consumed its life. I mean, those are dead cold eyes. The mushroom is the sentient control of Parasect once Paris evolves. I have a lot of casual nostalgia for these Pokemon. I have used Parasect, particularly in Pokemon Stadium, and now I recognize the fact that Parasect has terrible typing. They have, with their grass bug type, that makes them quad weak to fire, and that alone is devastating to them because fire type moves are so ubiquitous in competitive Pokemon. They're so strong because there's not a lot of things that fire types are resisted by, and there aren't a lot of things that fire types are weak to. So you see a lot of fire types in competitive Pokemon. It's a very good typing. So actually, no, this room is just not an option. So we'll have to loop around and see if we can go to that left cave entrance. Okay, fair enough. Beyond that, one of my best childhood friend growing up. Oh, hey, Obama. I mean, Obama. I guess we're gonna go catching you, but we definitely don't want to leave Quipplecore out for this. This is the thing about wild encounters. They're risky because, yeah, you could catch something and benefit from it. You could also just lose a Pokemon in the process. Celestabeth is probably our best answer. We use Smart Strike to kind of whittle its HP down. We'll resist its Grass type and its Ice type move, so I think this is the way to go. Abomasnow is actually fairly decent. It's decently tanky, but has a pretty solid attack stat. Thank goodness we dodged Swagger, because I don't want to... Oh my goodness, are we going to have another repeat of Rizzy's Swags encounter? Honestly, with that in mind, do I just Flame Wheel here and say, no, I refuse. I don't want to play this game again. Nah, I'm going to go for the Smart Strike. If it one-shots it, then we call it over. I'm okay with it, but it didn't one-shot it, so let's see. Do you use Swagger again? Ingrain, okay. It's going to be a little annoying because it's going to heal and make it harder to catch. We're going to just try and toss out an Ultra Ball and hope that we catch it as soon as possible. I am putting Celestabeth at decent risk here. We know that it has Ingrain and it has Swagger. I don't know what its other two moves are. If it has Woodhammer, that could devastate Manny, so I can't switch out to him until I know its other two moves. It probably has at least one Ice type move. I think the odds of catching this here are fairly low given its HP. Yeah. All right, so this is a little bit risky. I'll need to make sure that I'm tossing... Okay, Icy Wind. Icy Wind we can tank easy. That's not an issue. It's mostly just a matter of who do we switch out to if we, what's the word? If we get swaggered and confused. And every time it gets a little bit more HP back from Ingrain, it's gonna heal up more, so I gotta be mindful of that. I will toss out a Super Potion just because I need to wait and see what its final move is. I have to sweat over a wild Abomasnow. Can you believe it? That feels kind of lame. Anyway, Celestabeth is thrilled to bits about this, I guess. I can probably Stomp it, honestly. Stomp, since it's not super effective, shouldn't knock it out. Again, Abomasnow has a decent amount of HP and bulk to it. So let's do that. Let's do a Stomp and try to lower its HP a little bit more. So my nostalgia for Paris, again, my closest friend in childhood growing up did a Paris-only run, like not even Parasect, just Paris-only run in Pokemon, I think it was Leaf Green. So he has a famous photo on his like that he's shared of just a Hall of Fame picture from beating Leaf Green with just a level like 80 something Paris. He used so many X attacks, X speeds, X accuracy type buffs. All right, we got Abomasnow. All right, so we already got Rizzy Swags and Bronco Obama. What do we name Abomasnow? Huh. Let's see.
Abomasnow. It blankets wide areas in snow by whipping up blizzards. It's also known as the Ice Monster.
Okay. Yes, I would like to give you a name. I'm going to think on this for a second. You know what I think about when I think about Abomasnow? The abominable snowman of Pokemon, the grass ice monster? MeltyCheeze. There we go. Welcome to the team, MeltyCheeze. Why? Man, we have gotten some good nicknames this episode, haven't we? All right, let's see if we can get to that cave. I'll check out what's over here first real quick. Doesn't look like... Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Was there a strength puzzle that I just missed? All right, this lets me go back without having to go through the grass. I see. So this is not helpful. So can I actually access that cave up there? One second, though. I think if we Rock Smash here, this should be another rock full of goodies. All right, a Max Potion. I forget if I allowed Max Potions on this Nuzlocke. I usually ban them. I definitely ban full restores. All right, let's get in this cave and... Or not. What's our next encounter? Snover, kill this little Clover. I probably outspeed it with our level, but if I tank an Icy Wind or any Ice type move, it's only... It's a little risky, but it seems like grass types don't resist rock type moves. I'm just gonna go ahead and smack it with Rock Blast and hope that we're faster. Good, all right, so I should be safe. There we go, easy peasy. So Paris, that's the reason why I have Paris in very high regard. Between the two, I honestly like Paris a little bit better just because I think it's cuter, but aesthetically, maybe I do really like the idea of just a giant parasitic mushroom that has possessed the dead corpse of a insect. Now that I say that out loud, that sounds really twisted, but well, I mean, Kiwi, we know who I am as a person. I am I am a friendly, upbeat, happy-go-lucky sort of guy. I just sometimes say some really messed up things and have a affinity towards the cursed. See lorenzmug.mp4 if ever there was an example needed. That aside... All right, looks like we're heading in the right direction. We did not need waterfall after all. Thank goodness. All right, I think we're coming up on the end of the episode, so I'm going to cut this one a little short rather than dive into another battle since we had a long one the last episode after all. Okay, that's not how I saved. There we go. But that said, I would put Paris and Parasect in a strong A tier for me in terms of aesthetic, nostalgia. Granted, I didn't really use them that much outside of Pokemon Coliseum, and certainly in competitive, they are a terrible matchup. But that doesn't mean I can't still love them for what they are. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for some more Pokemon Shining Pearl.